Hi, my name is Raymond and I'm here in London, England, teaching a small business workshop, and I have on the stage with me some of my clients who are extremely well branded, and the branding technique they used is by writing a book. They didn't write a book to be an author. They didn't write a book because they had some deep wisdom to share. They wrote a book so they could be branded. All right, and I'm going to go to each one. And I would just like each one to tell me a little story about their situation. I think you will love this. Fascinating.
Hi, my name's Natasha Raylott.
Yes, and the name of your book is?
Get Blissed.
Get Blissed! Wow.
Really?
And tell me what problem you had in your life, in your business, before you wrote a book. As gorgeous as you are, you're tall and you're gorgeous and you dress spectacularly, and it's not that no one noticed you. They noticed you, but they didn't take you seriously, or they weren't interested in buying from you. That's what you mean by invisible, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and tell me what's happened since the book's come out.
People are coming up to me and asking for my book, asking if I'll autograph it, and I had an announcement on the way back from Toronto from the pilot, which was amazing.
The pilot of the airplane you were on?
The pilot. This is after I saw you last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is in the last couple of days?
That's it?
Yes.
Yep. And
what happened?
well, I got on the plane with my book under my arm. The steward said, "Oh, is that a good book?" And I said, "Of course it's a good book. I wrote it." She was like, "Wow." And then later on she said, "Can I take your name?" And she took my name and title of the book. And I said, "Is it possible to, you know, sort of make a deal to anybody, make an offer to anybody on the flight whilst we're in the air?"
Get out! Yes, go ahead.
I've already had some little leaflets printed just in case. You have to plan ahead, right? And saying that if they have their name, their email address, then I would send them a copy of the ebook whilst we're in the air. I had to have them back. And so about half an hour before landing, the pilot came on the phone and said, you know, coming to land, this is the altitude, this is the temperature, and it's my very great honour to announce that we've got an author, Natasha Raylott, on board with us, or flying with us today. She's written the book Get Blissed. She has an amazing offer. And I was like, that's my name. Wow.
Wow.
And she'll be slowly making her way through the plane. Please feel free to take advantage of the offer. So I did.
Wow. Wow. That's clearly not an invisible person any longer.
No.
Right? That's an amazing story. Wow. Hi. I'll hold this. Tell us your name and the name of your book.
My name is Shahid Joseph, and the name of my book is Business Analysis for Leaders.
How long has it been out?
It's been out since November last year.
Okay. And what was your problem before?
The same as all people, basically, being in the sea of sameness. With the book, it definitely made me stand out a lot more.
And tell me a miracle that's happened.
I was in South Africa in February and I launched the book then. It was a phenomenal experience. I basically got onto the SABC and had an interview.
SABC is the biggest radio and television station in South Africa, South Africa Broadcasting Corporation.
That's correct. Yeah. It was also then called by SAFM, which is the biggest national radio station, and then other radio stations also called me. So I had quite a bit of coverage, which was phenomenal, and I wouldn't have had that if I didn't have the book.
Wow. Notice the stations called him. Are you noticing this?
Yeah.
Money coming to you. Bravo. Wow. Wow. Okay, tell us your name. And you have a very, very special story. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name's Naval, and the title of my book is How to Fire Your Boss in 10 Weeks.
Okay, and tell us about writing your book. You did something no one else has ever done. Tell us what it is.
I finished my book in 14 days.
Did you hear that? Registering for my program, writing the book, getting it edited, getting it formatted, getting the cover, getting the ISBN number, that's the funny lines at the back, getting all the cover content, that's the photograph about the author, all that stuff, getting the accompanying book website, finding a publisher, getting it published, having the book shipped to his home, holding the book, taking a selfie, and emailing it to me, 14 days. Wow. Wow. And tell us a miracle that's happened to you in your life.
I've got 2 joint venture business partners on stage over here, thanks to that book.
That you met because they were fellow authors, and now you're doing business with them.
Right.
And they love you because you're an author.
Yes.
Well done, Naval. Wow. Hi. Well, this one. Now, you've already told us about some of your miracles, so just tell us your name and the name of your book.
My name's Dale. I'm the author of the book on chemical safety. How to guarantee legal compliance and reduce risk in your business.
Now, why did he have to check? How long has your book been out?
About a week and a half.
The book's been out a week and a half. He doesn't remember the name of the subtitle. But that's okay, because it's just brand new out. And now you're thinking of creating a foundation.
Yes.
You're thinking of making a whole series of books based on the safety, based on the book on and the word safety. Oh, here's another one. The book on child safety. And then there's going to be a book on home safety and a whole thing, and then you're going to have a foundation about it all.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm going to tell you the story, because I just found out yesterday. He has hundreds of clients, but he wants to break into the universities, because universities are the best clients, because a university will typically have 2,000 different chemicals they use in the different labs that they have. And so a university for him is the sweetest client there is. In all his years in business, which is how many? 8 years?
8.
In 8 years in business, he got 3 universities. Just a couple days ago, in 3 minutes, showing his book, he got 40 universities in 3 minutes. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Because of his book. These are the same people, some of whom, who had already turned him down. But now that he's written a book, they lined up. They lined up to be a client of his. And they previously turned him down. Wow.
Awesome.
I know. When did it come out?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Sorry, 2 weeks ago. The book on elderly care. Wow.
How to protect your loved ones from the sly practices of overworked and underpaid carers.
Ooh, she said that so well. Say that again. I'm the author of the book on elderly care. Say it. I love your subtitle.
The subtitle.
Yeah, go ahead.
How to protect your loved ones from the sly practices of overworked and underpaid carers.
Isn't that gripping? Yeah. Like if you had an elderly father or grandfather that you were afraid of, or afraid that they wouldn't be taken good care of, and you heard about her book, you'd want this book. You'd want to read this book. Wow.
Before I had a book, I struggled to get the message out there of the safeguarding issues in the care industry. And on my own, I couldn't change the way others carried out their work. So the best way was to put my knowledge in a book to help people protect their loved ones from what goes on behind closed doors that they don't know about.
Wow. Wow.
My name is Valerie Campbell, and my book's called She's Got That Vibe.
Whoa.
And it's how to attract your boo by being authentically you.
Your boo, is that a British term? What is a boo? What's a boo? Do I know what a boo is?
It's a boyfriend.
You don't know. It's not a British term, it's not a Canadian term. What is it? What's your boo? Where in my body is my boo?
It's actually an old-fashioned word. Sometimes it's spelled B-E-A-U.
Oh, your bow.
Yes.
Oh, how to attract your bow. Oh, that's why a girl's in high heels. Ooh, I get it. Okay. And it's in pink because it's for girls. Wow. These are sexy high heels. So, wow. So how long has this book been out?
Last year summer. Right.
Okay. And tell us a miracle that's happened to you.
Well, it helped me position myself in the market, and I find that people take me seriously. And for me, that's a big wow for me.
Do you notice that every person has said that so far? Have you noticed that? They're the same people as they were before they published their book, but somehow the world takes them more seriously. Takes them more seriously is a synonym for money comes to you. Because if they take you more seriously, it means they're quite happy to buy from you, whereas before they didn't. Bravo.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. That's okay. We love you anyways. Tell us your name and the name.
There is a reason for it. So
Okay.
my name's Markella Mickelson. I wrote a book with Raymond. It came out a year ago. It's called The Entrepreneur Within, and it's about how to start your own business.
So we co-authored that book. Yeah.
The reason I don't carry it with me anymore is because people now come and ask me for it, and I don't need to promote it. It's on my website, it's on my email signature. They
Oh.
come to me.
They
and
come
ask,
to you.
Yes, can I have a copy of the book? Or I've seen it on your website. I'm reading your book right now. It's brilliant.
And so you're aloof now. You don't even carry
And-
with you. You say,
and this-
you want it, you go to my website. I don't bother carrying them around.
And the same thing has happened to my business.
Get this? It's amazing. Yeah? You don't bother carrying it around because,
I used to.
yeah, you used to, yeah, sure.
But now people ask me for it. Or they've already bought it before I met them.
Or if they wanted to go to your website and
They
get it,
come to
don't
me and
bug
say,
me.
oh, I've read your book already. I
Wow.
don't even know them. And the same has
You mean
happened
people
to...
who aren't your mother have read your book? I know. I know. I remember seeing in an airport somebody reading my book. I ran up and said, I wrote that. And they looked at me like I was a marauder.
So there is a good reason why I don't have it in my hands today. It's just
That's so elegant.
That habit has just gone. So the same...
You're so evolved now. You want my book? Just go to the website. I don't carry it.
I don't have that
Well,
kind of attitude. But
I gotta practice that. No, I don't carry it with me. I have to go to my website. Is that what you say?
Kind of.
Wow. Well, that's where that's your next job. My book. Yes, go to Amazon. Yes.
It's great, and I love to say this. The same thing has happened to my business. So people come to me now. I have a property business, and people come to me now and say, I have some money to spend. Do you have a deal that we can invest it in?
Money coming to you.
Let me think. Yeah, I might have a deal coming up. Yeah, sure.
And before, she used to bash her head against the wall, push particles around, try to get the universe to do what she wanted
I've done leafleting, newspaper ads.
in the past.
Just everything, yeah. Things that cost money, things that take time. And now I don't leaflet anymore. I don't put ads anymore. People come to me and say, I have some money. Do you have a deal I could invest in? It's great.
Wow. Wow.
So I can take a 5-week holiday.
5-week holiday. Bravo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Now,
you.
I promise this will happen when you get branded by writing a book. And then when it actually happens, you see it happening. Wow.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Max.
Hi, my name is Max Eames, and my book is called Driving Me Nuts with Your OCD. I have had some pretty miraculous things. I used to be a therapist and belonged to websites like Find a Therapist. I've taken myself off those listings
Right.
because I think it's very confusing. I now practice in Harley Street. When I was very lucky, I just went in and said, I would like to be associated with yourselves. And they said, what do you do? And I said, I specialize. And I told them what I specialize, and they said, well, we actually need somebody who does that. That's great. I applied for a PhD program. I always wanted to do a PhD. I was told that there was a 2-year waiting list and come back in a couple of years. And I said, well, that's a real shame because I just wrote a book. It's not quite finished. I can send you the cover proof. And I wanted to write a PhD about the content of the book. And they said, after a big pause, come in. So
I want you to understand this. PhD is not some light thing. It's not like where you buy my candy bars. This is a PhD. This is like the most dignified thing that a university can offer. And they're really, really careful about it. And it takes years to actually get it. And it takes years, apparently, to get in, unless you've written a book. You hadn't even written a book. You were writing a book.
I was
It
writing
wasn't
a book.
even out yet. And they said, to heck with the 2-year waiting list, you're in.
Yeah.
Wow. And when you said you were lucky to get into Harley Street, you weren't lucky. Because you were writing a book or had already written a book, they wanted you. They said,
Yes.
wow, Harley Street will be up-branded by being in association with an author. So Harley Street wanted you. That's not luck. You did that.
Yeah, that's branding. That's the power of brand.
Wow, congratulations. Thank you so much. Okay, yours is a scary one. Tell us.
That's me. I served for 12 and a half years in the British Armed Forces until having had an accident in 2003. I was flown back to the UK, and whilst I was recovering from my physical injuries, was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. I was sectioned under the Mental Health Act for my own protection and taken into a mental health care for about 14 months. I was looked after by a charity called Combat Stress, who funded my recovery. And I made a pledge when I left the charity that some way I was going to be able to raise enough money to be able to repay the cost of my care, so I hadn't been a financial burden to the charity and somebody else would benefit. Then they told me how much it was liable to have cost for the 14 months I lived with them, and I realised that I was never liable to be able to generate that sort of money on my own to be able to repay my debt. And I figured the only way I'll be able to do it is to be able to share my story with as many different people as possible, and then maybe collectively we could get them all to put £1 in the pot and repay the 86,400 quid I needed to raise for them. I then went back to the workplace, and I can't go back to the military, so I went back to the workplace, and even though I've got 3 degrees and I've got 12 years management experience, there's something called long-term sickness absence record that just prevents you from being acceptable into Civvy Street. As soon as they hear this mental health thing, they think it's some form of taboo.
It's a stigma.
And after 163 failed interviews, I figured the only way...
Wow. Are you serious?
163 failed interviews.
Now that's bashing your head against the wall.
Write a book about that.
And lots of people turning around and saying, we love the qualifications and the experiences, come back in 2 or 3 years when we've proven that you're not a nutcase. I figured that I was unemployable, and the only thing I could possibly do was set up on my own. So in the last 10 years I've set 4 different businesses up. I met you, luckily enough, in very late last year. I was inspired to be able to write the book. The book came out on the 4th of April this year. I've just been invited...
We're talking about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Okay.
I've just been invited to become one of the regional ambassadors for the charity. I've sold 371 copies on Twitter. I've sold 419 copies on Facebook.
In 3 weeks?
In 3 weeks. I've sold 261 copies on LinkedIn. And I've just been invited to go and speak in Mumbai in October about the book.
Wow.
All of the proceeds from the book go directly to the charity. You said it's not about the money, it's about being able to do something right. I've made a pledge to the charity that I will raise £10 million for them in my lifetime.
Wow. Now, you know how when you get introduced to 10 people, you forget 10 people? But do you know that if he told that story at a party, nobody would forget him?
Yeah.
Right? That's branding. Wow. Bravo. Well, you've sold almost 1,000 books in 3 weeks.
913 copies so far.
Sorry, 913. Wow. Okay. So, tell us your name and the name of your book.
Hi, I'm Miraculous. I'm the award-winning author of Unstoppable Youth, and it helps you live the life you love and get anything you want.
Wow. And tell us a miracle that's happened to you since writing the book.
Oh, the miracle? I went to party with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
She went to a party with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. He's
Yes.
taller than you.
He's not that tall, he's not that height. But we met 10 times last year, so we partied 10 times last year, so...
You and Arnie
Yes.
partied 10 times.
Yes.
How did you get in to see him?
Oh, I know TV producers, and basically he introduced me to Arnie, and then I
Arnie,
wrote...
your friend.
Yeah, and then basically I told him I wrote a book, and then basically, even before the book came out, he started the book for me as well.
Really?
Yeah, and so
Wow.
I showed him on like everywhere basically. And the miracle that maybe you guys can relate to is that recently I went to Toronto for my book launch, And from London to Toronto, I got a free upgrade from economy class to first class.
Why? Why?
Because of the book. So basically, the attendant looked at the front of my book and then at the back of the book, and then basically he handed me £15 for that. And then
The flight attendant bought your book and said, "Come here, sweetie, sit in business class for the flight."
Not yet. So basically,
These stories are amazing.
he looked at the front and at the back, and then he handed me £15 and called his friend over, and then they look at the front and the back cover, and then they all hand me £15.
All the flight attendants?
Yes.
They all bought your book?
Yes. And basically they said, "Wow, you're so special. We're gonna upgrade you from economy class to first class." So I was there, and while I was in the first class, the captain came to me, and
The captain, who was flying the plane?
co-pilot, right?
Hold on. So the flight attendants went into the cockpit and said to the pilot,
No, I don't know how they go
I'm
there.
making it up for you. And they said, "There's a really cute chick in business class who wrote a book."
First class, sorry.
First class. And the pilot said, "To heck with flying the plane. I want to see this cute chick with a book." And came in. Did he buy the book too?
Yes.
Get out of here.
And basically, the reason he came to me, basically he invited me to have a cockpit tour. So
No one gets a cockpit tour.
I got into the cockpit tour, yes. I did, I'm special. Anyway, so I was in the cockpit.
No, hold on a second. It's like illegal. They don't allow anyone who has a terrorism act. They let you into the cockpit?
Yes,
I don't get in the cockpit.
I don't know, maybe you should read your book.
She has a different
And
brain.
what you say in the front cover.
It says, "The impossible becomes possible when you apply the strategies in this magnificent book, Greg Johnson, NASA astronaut, 2 space missions." Wow. Thank you. Okay, tell us your name and your book.
Hi, my name is Norma Debele, and my book was written to grant my charity Sustainable Rural Education in Zimbabwe. And since I've written the book, the miracle is that we've raised a lot of money for the charity, and also I've got 5 stars on Amazon.
Wow. Now, I want you to know something. I don't say, "Has anything nice happened to you?" I say, "Tell me about your miracles." If you stop the average person on the street, you wouldn't dare ask them for a miracle. They'd think you're loony. They haven't had a miracle their whole lifetime. And I'm talking to authors whose books have been out anywhere from a year to a couple weeks. And I say, "Just tell me your miracle," because it always happens. Every author gets miracles.
Hi, my name's CV. I'm the author of The Secrets Your Mama Didn't Tell You About Men. The Manual to Amazing Sex.
The Manual.
So basically, the book's out for about 9 months now. I sold over 3,000 copies.
No.
Yeah, over 3,000 copies now.
And how much do you sell your book for?
£15.
£15 times 3,000?
3,000.
How much is that?
45,000.
45,000 pounds.
Yes.
Right. That's way more than it costs to get the book writing program.
That's correct.
Yeah, you're doing well. Wow.
In December last year, it sold more than 50 Shades of Grey in Canada in one day in Amazon. So I got best-selling author status in Canada. There's someone 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. I'm speaking to an investor end of next month to invest £500,000 to the movie rights and 2 spin-off shows.
Wow.
£500,000 for the movie rights.
Strabani Data, and I've written House Beautiful, the ultimate guide to making your dream home.
See, it came out so recently, she has to read the cover. But she's so excited, she's so proud of it. It's okay, once you say it a few more times, you'll remember the title of your old book. And tell me what's happened since writing the book.
a lot of things happened. My book got picked up by national libraries, and now I'm being noticed by Lawrence Leverboy. He's one of the interior design gurus. I'm exhibiting at Ideal Home Show in London, and I've done the Manchester show as well. Recently, just last week, I thought, I want to produce a TV series. So I walked into Magnet showroom here in Manchester in Sale, where I have my office, and I told them I've written a book and I want to do a TV series.
That's how
Friday.
life gets fast-tracked.
Yeah.
That's exactly how life gets fast-tracked. Do you understand she's the same person she was before the book, but now they salute her, they respect her, they fast-track her. That's what's going on. You want to get rich? You need to get out of the sea of sameness. To get out of the sea of sameness, they need to say wow about you. When they say wow about you, you're branded. When you're branded, money comes to you. That's what you've learned so far. And you've seen it. You've seen it every single case. Every single case. It's not like 60% said it happened or 90%. Every person said it. Exactly the same. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And finally, Chinmay, with 2 books, tell us about your first book. This is your first book?
That's right, yeah. Hi, my name is Chinmay Swami. I met Raymond and I was lost. I was working for a IT company because that's what Indians do. And, I was just
I can't say that.
And what happened was I was just lost, and I wanted to change. I felt I could make a difference in life, not just difference to the bank account for the CEO of the company. And drilled me, changed me, transformed me. He was very straight on, and he corrected what my basic beliefs were. And ever since then, I have quit my job. I am the creator of the Brand Marketing Academy, where I've helped 834 entrepreneurs all over the world and to start the business.
Since your book came out?
Oh yeah.
In the last how long?
The Academy's launched about 4 months ago.
In 4 months you've helped 800 people around the world?
834.
34, sorry. Okay. Well, so tell me, you've already 800 people. 834. 834, sorry. Around the world in 4 months.
In 4 months. But that's not what really I'm proud of. But what
800 clients in 4 months. And that's like nothing. Do you get this? Like most people when they start a business, they're hoping for a client in 4 months. Not 834 and it's not even anything. Wow. Wow. Bravo.
That's what makes the difference.
Bravo.
Thanks to you.
Thank you. And thank you for your dedication to your ongoing self-education.